that over some. All right, let's go live. Okay, so hey y'all, hey. Hey, I'm Shalise. I know it's a live, so I really don't feel like I need to introduce myself, but I'm like one of those people. So yeah, I'm Shalise. This is my channel. This is my filthy workstation. But I'm remodeling, doing a little craft, a little working project for my father. So while I do it, I am going to give an update because a lot of people have watched the Bleeding 2 Months While Pregnant. If you haven't, go check it out. I'm definitely talking about my whole journey on that part, and the doctors and XYZ and what they didn't know and what they did, and their solution, which was not really a solution. Yeah. I'm tell y'all this now. If I see something in that mirror, baby. Only reason why I say that is because I actually got this mirror from somebody. I have not saged it yet or done anything, and I probably should have. But we're not gonna talk about it because we don't want to speak anything like that. All right. So yeah, I keep picking up empty ones. So yeah, it was an update, an update request on, I guess, how the pregnancy went, and how well my son is doing. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant. I texted the baby daddy, and I just told him, yo, look, send him a picture like, yo, after I took like 8 tests, y'all. I'm like, I'm pregnant. He's like, okay, so I don't deal with none of my baby mamas, but I take care of my kids though. Now, from what I heard on the street is this dude got like, my baby makes number 10. And when I was still going to the nail salon, he used to take me when we stopped talking. The owner had told me there were actually 3 other babies. So there was 4 in all, including my baby, that was supposed to be born in the same year by the same guy. So, including the girl who did my nails the last time I was there. I told her, do not make these type of mistakes. And she not only made the same mistakes, but with the same mistake. Crazy. So I go to the free clinic around here because you got to have proof so you can get wig and everything else, because I was at a very bad spot, a point in my life. I had no place to stay, no anything like that. I was staying on my parents' couch, and they confirmed it for me. They set me up with a ultrasound, which was free as well. And yeah, she told me we're probably not gonna miss anything because you just found out you were pregnant, so it's early on. But I'm telling y'all, their plan was to probe me, like stick it in to see what was going on. But the moment they put that little thing on me, my baby was in there like this. I love him, but to me at that moment was like, oh, it's a parasite. But he's still my little parasite. I love him, I do. Am my stuff showing, y'all? Am I correct showing in the mirror? I don't think so. Cause I'm a BBW, a happy one too. But anyway, yeah. That side note, y'all. I had this crazy dream that my grandfather who passed had walked me through the woods to a family event. Now, the people who were in the bleachers and out in the yard and grounds and in the water and stuff like that were still alive. And a lot of those people I had never seen before. And everybody that was on this yacht that was there were my ancestors. That's just the sense I got from the dream. Now, there was like this little river, and you know how salmon swim against the current? Well, these salmon or these fish were gigantic. They was bigger than me. I'm 5'4". They was bigger than me. And they were not only swimming against the current, but backwards against the current. And then beautiful fireworks came, and then the fireworks destroyed our whole family event. Like, we were burning and everything. It was so crazy. It's like I can feel the singes on me. It's weird. And I kept seeing the numbers 119 to the point that my grandmother was like, you should play those numbers. But the crazy thing is when they did the ultrasound, my expected date was 119. Crazy, right? But anyway, Then I make the appointment at the OB, and they're like, we don't do anybody for 8 weeks. I'm trying to tell this lady, yo, this lady just told me I'm already 8 weeks. I'm 2 months. Like, they didn't leave me. They went ahead and scheduled me out an appointment that was, I believe, another 4 weeks ahead or whatever, or maybe 8 weeks ahead. So the whole time during my pregnancy, the doctors were behind. Like, me and my son were ready. We was hit, boom, 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 we were about to come. They was behind, telling me, oh, we can't do the certain tests. We can't do this because you're too far along. Like, I'm like, I told y'all this. But you know what? I'm not even going to sweat it. So, boom. He's a week late. So, I go ahead and get induced. I get my room. I'm in there, I think, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday night. Sunday mornings when they let me come in. And, of course, they tell you can't eat. You can't do all that stuff. I'm just in the bed. I'm hungry. They give me the first dose of something that's going to, like, help you dilate and start the contraction, all that type of stuff, and start the process. And it didn't do anything for me. I was still not even any centimeters. And then I end up, after hours, like 12 hours, I hit 1 centimeter. And I honestly can't remember when my water broke. I can't remember if my mucus plug or the water broke for, I don't know. But I know at one point I had to go to the bathroom and it was like excessive, like all over the floor, to where I was like cleaning it up because I was embarrassed. And then another time I was woken up out of my sleep and it was this loud sound. So I don't know if anybody else who got kids can relate to that, but it was this loud through my whole body. Like, when I do it, I have a feeling memory. I don't know what the word, but I can remember how I felt. My whole body reacts to that sound because of that. It's like this weird, like, she tingles down there when I do that. Like, I felt like something, or he kicked something out of me, and they said it was a mucus plug that came out at that time. I know initially the nurses kept coming in and was like, ma'am, are you okay? You feeling, you know, how you feeling? And I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. They had explained to me that I was actually having contractions, and I had no idea that I was going through that. Like, so I honestly feel like if I was not induced, I would have done this full-blown naturally with no problem. However, second dose come, and yeah, it's getting a little crazy. And by the end of that second dose, and then like, yeah, you're still at 1.5 centimeters. By this time, I'm in the hospital for a whole 24 hours already. And they're like, yeah, we're just going to give you the next level up. But she said, before we do this, do you want to get the epidural? Because if you don't choose to get it now, you won't be able to get it later. So I asked, I said, you know, at this time I'm on the ball and I'm rolling because all this is hurting and everything. And she's like, yeah, it's going to hurt like almost 10 times. It's going to hurt a lot more worse than what you're feeling now. At that time, I'm already like, ooh, this shit getting real. And I try to go like, I did. I had my crystals, my phone, everything laid out, y'all. I was rolling them stones, rolling this body around on that ball like, oh, help me, y'all, come through. Yeah, I know my body's just doing what it need to do, but sheesh. Ain't nobody said it was going to be like this. And then I gave up. I did. About like 2 or 3 hours of that, I was just like, I can't do it anymore. And I told my mama, look, call the people. I'm going to have to get the epidural. Now, my mom was like, you know, she was proud of me. And at the same time, she felt bad for me because she know how bad I wanted to do this naturally. She's like, it's okay. And I'm a Leo. I'm like really headstrong, stubborn, like goal oriented. Like, I'm like, no, I'm doing this natural. But it didn't go that way, and it's fine. I still believe that if I wasn't induced, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it natural. Not probably, I would have. It's like my whole life, once I found out or heard the saying that the contractions and everything else is kind of close to when you had a real bad poop and cramping and everything like that, and you like really constipated or whatever, got the real bad bogus, whatever the case may be. Ever since then, that's what my mindset went into. When I had, if my stomach was messed up, or I was using the bathroom and it was like really hard for me and straining, I focused on my breathing so well, because I'm like, one day I'm going to need this when I give birth. And I used it. I'll say it was like 7 in the morning that they came in and checked me. Meanwhile, y'all, let me tell you something else. When you know something not right, when you're in the doctors or whatever like that, the hospital, trust your instinct, trust your gut. Because the whole time I had an IV, because I was supposed to be getting like some I don't know if it's antibiotic. I don't know what it was. It was something else I was supposed to be getting, because to protect my baby from catching anything when he passes through. I'll talk about that in another situation, another time, another story. But yeah, the whole time it's like draining down my arm and everything. And I kept telling the nurse, the night nurse, and I told the morning nurse, and they're just like, oh, it's okay. Now, mind you, my mom's a nurse. I was a CNA, so I'm like, no, this ain't supposed to be like this. You're wasting it. All I kept thinking was like, this is not going in my body, and my baby's gonna come out effed up, like, and it's y'all fault. Y'all not listening. But you know, they had my back. The ancestors was there for the baby. You feel me? And yeah, 7 o'clock. Let's go back to when it was time to push, y'all. I wake up and I had a different doctor at the time. Now I don't know how behind the scenes work, but is it when, do they call your OB when you're in labor to tell them, you know, it's about time for you to come, or about time for you to have the baby, or what? I don't know, but my guy came through. Like, he's the best freaking doctor ever, y'all. Ever. Like, and he came through. The moment he came to the door and he was like, you ready? I was like, whoa, what you mean you were ready to brush my teeth? Because I just woke up. And he come through and I'm like, yeah, we good. Now, what's up? That student is like, you ready? And I'm like, yep. So we start pushing it, right? And he's like, you know, trying to tell me to not squeeze. Don't, like, try to tense your body up. Just relax. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. But because I've been doing that my whole life and practicing the breathing and Kegel exercises and everything, because they say you're going to need it because you might have a weak bladder or whatever the case may be. I'm always one of those people that just playing, like, side note, y'all, sidebar. I'm a weirdo for this, but when I was younger and found out that you can just lose body parts, like, do you remember the time that you actually seen somebody who was missing an arm or leg, and you actually realized, wait a second, they wasn't always like that. Something happened. That's, my brain went to prepare mode. So who knows, maybe one day, and I'm not trying to speak this on me, but something may happen, and I had to prepare for that. So as a child, I started doing this. This is really weird. I might grow somebody out, but I started doing this with my thumbs. And I would clean up, like, right now, look. I could do stuff because I've, like, practiced. I used to clean up the room with my feet, because I was like, what if something happened to my hands? But we're not going to talk about that. We focus on the pushing part. So I'm breathing, I'm pushing out, I'm doing a great job at that. I'm not tooting my horn, but I did a great job at that. My baby was out within like a minute or something. Like, it was like that fast. I didn't feel my body. The epidural, let's go back to that. The epidural made waist down hurt. It's supposed to numb you, but I hurt. Like, I guess I was so numb that it hurt me. Like, I was so uncomfortable. Like, thinking about it, I could feel the pain in my hips. So they had to flip and turn me and everything. My mom and another nurse had to actually prop my legs up and while I pushed. I didn't feel myself poop, but obviously I pooped. Because they had to clean it up, and the nurse told me that. My boyfriend did make it, so he got to see it. My dad was there. And this is, of course, before COVID-19. And yeah, I was able to actually experience that. Now, my dad was recording, right? But because something was going on with his phone, he sent all of the video and photos to somebody else. And they lost everything. So I do not have my birth. But I do have a lot of other memories and a lot of other things, memorabilia and everything like that. But yeah, it went that smooth. Now every time he kind of went back in like 3 times, and then finally he came out. My baby did not come out crying, and they was kind of nervous. But I remember my mom telling me that I didn't cry like that, so I wasn't worried about it. He started crying when my mom got in his face. And yeah, that's about it. I refused a couple vaccines. I delayed the clamp, the cord, cutting the cord. I delayed that, clamping the cord, and I hit the track running, y'all. My baby came out, pushing his head up, holding his head up like that. And when I was done, the nurse left and came back, and I was already walking around the room, packing my stuff, getting ready. And she coming in a wheelchair like, no. I was ready. We was ready to do this thing. So yeah, I would say it was a great experience. Wasn't nothing terrible. And my son is a healthy baby boy. Healthy baby boy. So I hope that is the update that she was looking for, or you were looking for, or you all were looking for. I wish I was doing this at a different time. I wish I actually would have did what I was supposed to do while I was talking to. Because then I could have had him in the video. But yeah, he's in another video, so y'all get an idea what he looks like. He does look like his mom. So yeah. I love y'all. See you later. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I love y'all subscribers. I promise I love everybody. I ain't even gonna lie. And yeah, I'm recording this process. I promise it's not going to be as long as this video, but I felt like it was a long time coming. It was overdue, and I couldn't make it no shorter, honestly. So, again, I love y'all. See you later. Wish me luck on this project, and y'all be safe.